Humans don't live inside facts. What we live inside are stories. Stories that connect events, explain outcomes, and give continuity to experience across time. Without them, reality would feel fragmented, unstable, and impossible to navigate with confidence. Narratives are not added to reality after the fact. They are the structures through which reality becomes understandable in the first place. Narrative organizes beliefs, identity, and meaning into a coherent framework that allows experience to feel stable rather than chaotic. In this video, we will explore how narratives shape perception, stabilize belief, and quietly replace facts as the primary lens through which reality is experienced. The human mind cannot operate on isolated information alone. Facts by themselves do not tell us what matters, what is connected, or what comes next. To function, experience must be arranged into sequences that make sense over time. Narrative performs this role by linking past events to present circumstances and projecting them into the future. Once a narrative is established, it begins to guide interpretation automatically. New information is not evaluated neutrally, but in relation to the existing story. Details that support the narrative feel relevant and meaningful. Details that challenge it feel confusing, exaggerated, or out of context. This is why narratives are so resistant to change. They do not operate at the level of individual facts, but at the level of coherence. Altering a narrative threatens the structure that holds beliefs together, which produces discomfort long before conscious reasoning has a chance to intervene. Narratives also stabilize identity. Who a person believes they are cannot be separated from the story they tell about their past, their motivations, and their future direction. Experiences are selected, remembered, and emphasized in ways that preserve that story. Identity becomes a character inside a larger narrative of meaning. Beliefs serve as the building blocks of narrative. They provide assumptions about how the world works, what is possible, and what is dangerous. Narrative weaves these beliefs together, turning them into a storyline that feels continuous and self-evident. Meaning gives emotional weight to that storyline. Events are not just remembered for what happened, but for what they represented within the narrative. Over time, meaning reinforces belief, belief reinforces identity, and identity reinforces narrative. This is how narrative integrates everything we explored in this series. Control shapes behavior by defining structure. Decisions form before awareness. Identity filters what feels possible. Beliefs organize perception. Meaning interprets experience. Narrative connects all of these processes into a single, continuous story. Once this structure is in place, behavior feels consistent and reality feels stable. Actions no longer feel chosen moment by moment. They feel natural, justified, and coherent with the story already in motion. Narratives do not eliminate uncertainty, but they manage it. They reduce complexity by transforming ambiguity into explanation. This makes action possible, but it also narrows perception by prioritizing coherence over exploration. This is not a flaw in human cognition. Narrative is essential. Without it, experience would feel overwhelming and disorganized. But when narrative becomes invisible, it begins to replace reality rather than interpret it. At that point, facts lose their independent weight. What matters is no longer what is true, but what preserves the story. Across this entire arc, we have explored the invisible mechanisms that shape human behavior beneath awareness. Narrative is where they converge. Once a narrative feels true, it does not simply explain the world. It becomes the world.